Under the Florida sun, the kind that bleaches time and blurs memory, a quiet meeting took place in Dunedin. No cameras, no podiums, just a star hitter, a front office, and a question that hangs over modern sports like humidity in the air. How much is certainty really worth anymore? Kyle Tucker has lived inside that question his entire career. For nearly a decade, Tucker has been one of baseball's most reliable contradictions. Flash without noise, power without spectacle. At least 22 home runs in 5 straight seasons. A 4-time All-Star who never needed theatrics to announce himself. His bat did the talking. His consistency did the convincing. And now, at 29 years old, he stands at the edge of free agency's most uncomfortable reality, where legacy, leverage, and fear collide. Because this winter was supposed to be different. The projections were bold. Some said inevitable. Long-term deals, 10 years, $400 million. The kind of contracts that reshape franchises and freeze payrolls in time. Kyle Tucker was supposed to be the next name etched into baseball's financial mythology. Instead, nearly a month after that quiet meeting with the Toronto Blue Jays, the silence is louder than any headline. No offers leaked. No bidding wars whispered. No late-night insiders breaking news. Just waiting. And waiting. In today's MLB economy, is rarely accidental. Front offices have changed, owners have changed, and the scars of long-term commitments, aging bodies, declining bats, contracts that age faster than players, are still fresh. Teams are no longer just buying talent, they're buying risk. And lately, risk has become expensive. That's where an idea surfaced. Not from a general manager, not from an agent, but from the analytical corridors of ESPN. Paul "Hembo" Hemthakidis posed a question that felt radical only because it shouldn't be. What if the future doesn't have to be long to be valuable? What if Kyle Tucker didn't need 10 years to change a franchise? What if he only needed one, with an escape hatch? The proposal was simple, elegant even. A 1+1 deal. $52 million per year, immediate elite money. A player option after year 1. No handcuffs, no decline clauses, just leverage, pure and unfiltered. Or the alternative, a 2+2, $43 million per season. Still elite, still flexible, still dangerous for everyone involved. Over $100 million in just a handful of years. For Tucker, it's freedom. The chance to bet on himself again once a new collective bargaining agreement reshapes the market. The opportunity to avoid becoming a cautionary tale tied to a contract that outlives production. For Toronto, it's restraint. No paying for decline. No praying a superstar ages gracefully into his late 30s. Just prime years. Just certainty when it matters most. Buster Olney said it plainly. The idea makes sense, on paper. But paper has never hit a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. The real question isn't whether the math works. It's whether belief does. Can an agent sell this to a player who's been told all offseason that history awaits? Can Kyle Tucker, standing at the peak of his value, choose flexibility over permanence? There's irony here. Tucker is represented by the same firm that negotiated George Springer's deal in Toronto. Springer's contract, 6 years, $150 million, is now nearing its end. The final chapter, the final season. A reminder of how fast time moves when the ink dries. The Blue Jays know this story. They've lived it. They've watched what happens when hope ages, when deals made in optimism collide with reality. And perhaps that's why this pursuit feels different. Calculated, patient, almost cautious. This isn't just about Kyle Tucker. It's about where baseball is going. Stars want security. Teams want flexibility. Somewhere in between lies a compromise that could redefine how elite players are paid. Not for what they've done, but for what they can still become. Tucker doesn't need a decade to prove anything. His resume is already written. What he needs now is alignment, timing, a front office willing to think beyond tradition. And Toronto, quietly, might be that place. As the offseason drags on, the silence continues to speak. Every day without news adds pressure. Every rumor reshapes leverage. Every idea, no matter how unconventional, edges closer to reality. Because sometimes the boldest moves aren't the longest ones. Sometimes the future isn't about commitment. It's about control. And when Kyle Tucker finally decides where that control belongs, it won't just change one lineup. It might change how baseball does business. So ask yourself, if you were in his place, would you chase forever or take everything right now? Let me know what you think.